You know, it's like Isaiah 40:31 says, "They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." You know, but people don't wait on God. They get out ahead of God. They speak condemnation onto themselves. They reject the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. They don't believe that there's one God. They believe there's some Trinity. Or you're that, or like the rest of the faith movement that doesn't believe you have to be born of water at all. And that's where we're born of that incorruptible seed, because that's where we put the old man, the body of sins, to death. And we put on the new man. I mean, putting on the new man has nothing to do with putting on the Spirit of God. That He just gives us power for obedience and to be His witnesses. I mean, we've got to understand being born of Jesus is done in water baptism, because that's where this body of sins dies, and that's where it's given life. As Jesus said in John 12 concerning Himself, a grain of wheat, unless a grain of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it does fall to the ground and die, it bears much fruit. I mean, the first man, Adam, had to eat of the tree and fall to the ground and die in order to fill the earth and multiply and be fruitful, because until they ate of the tree, their eyes weren't open to know the shame of their nakedness. You know, wherein fear and death entered in. I mean, Paul tries to describe the hope God had in Romans chapter 8, that the creature, talking about man, was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of Him who subjected the same in hope. The writer of Hebrews describes what he had in hope. Jesus is the firstborn from the dead, the firstborn of many brethren. He's our elder brother. You know, but as long as you continue to believe a lie, you can not only enter that faith, you're never going to see the truth and see what it is that God accomplished in Jesus, and why he planted man on this earth to begin with, because man was made from the dust of the earth, and He breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. The second man was made a life-giving spirit.